there to do. Only way to get to the camp is by boat. And these camps are on private land. It's amazing they can bring all the materials out here in small boats weekend after weekend. They're not real fancy, of course, but they drive the post by hand. It might take them a couple years sometimes to get it built. What might surprise you is they have electricity running to the camp. So they have everything you have at home. Direct TV, air conditioning, refrigerator. These are not local people. These are people that live within about a 100-mile radius of here, and they enjoy the outdoors. So whenever they get a chance to go to the camp and spend a weekend, or during the summer, of course, when the kids are out of school, they'll spend a few more days during the week. Turtles, you see the turtles coming out there. They're called sliders. Some are red-eared sliders. You'll see them as we go along. The hotter it gets, any of these stumps, there's one over there on that root sticking out there. But some of these camps have been abandoned over the years. They're on private land. They're not forced to clean them up, so that's why you'll see them falling down. Others are being built. Some are brand new. nighttime when you shine a light, the reflection from your eyes is red, so you can see gators back in the woods that you wouldn't notice during the day. The season will open in September. We harvest about 35,000 of them statewide. Their skins are pretty meat. We've been taking them since 1972. money is in the hide, not so much in the meat, although the meat's a byproduct. You have to own or lease the property. You just can't go at random and start catching gators. You got to pay the landowner a fee. Alligators are sold by the foot. A low price might be about $8 or $10 a foot, a high price on up to $50 or $60. What changes is the economy. The economy drives the price of most everything. That holds true for alligators, because it's a high dollar item, obviously. Now, something you have to have is a luxury item. Alligator purses, belts, shoes, whatever the case may be. There's a big market with Asia for alligator watch fans. There's a gator straight ahead. We're going to stop the boat and see if we come over and eat a hot dog or something. Now be aware, this may not be the only gator around the boat, so don't put any body parts outside. If the gator's out along the edge of the boat, you won't notice it. Males and females look alike, with one exception. Usually anything in excess of 10 feet would be a male. This one's close to probably 6 or 7. Stop. Y'all can stand up and go to the neighbor's house again if you want. That'll make it easier for y'all. I don't hand feed them. You don't want to ever do that. Not if you want to keep your hand. The jaw pressure is about 2,000 pounds per square inch, so yeah, it's not to be taken lightly. They use their tail to push themselves up. If you ever seen them catch alligators on TV, you know they always hang the bait above the water, and that's the reason why, right there. The alligator's the only animal that can jump up out of the water and take it. You put the bait in the water, the fish and turtles outnumber the gator, so they would end up taking the bait before the gator got there more than likely. So you hang the bait, use a clothespin to hold the weight of the chicken. It's a piece of raw chicken, not a chicken itself. But an alligator jumps up and swallows it, and he's hooked in the gut more often than not. You come along the next morning right at daylight. That's the earliest you can go out. You get your gun and pull them toward the boat and shoot them. Put them in the boat and tag them. Before they're sold, they're measured down to the inch and they're sexed. All that's put on a data sheet for the wildlife biologist. But the part of the skin they use is the underbelly and along the sides of the gator. They rarely use the back of it. That's called the scutes, and it's real thick, and they're there to absorb heat for the alligator. Alligators are only active when it's hot. We don't see alligators in the winter. They don't leave. They don't go to Florida or something, but they go into their holes. They dig holes and go in there and stay warm. They can hold their breath for well over an hour, so it's no problem for alligator to stay under the water. Oh, they're getting tired. I raised the bar a little too high. See if he'll go up there. There we go. Most of the meat comes off the tail of the alligator, of course. It's one big muscle, a couple of fillets along the side. That's pretty tasty. Watch the alligator too. You'll notice it has 2 sets of eyelids. One set is transparent for swimming, like a pair of goggles, swimming under the water. Well, they love marshmallows too. Let's see if he'll come back around for a marshmallow. You hear it hit. Isn't that crazy? Now their diet normally doesn't consist of marshmallows and hot dogs. It consists mainly of fish. But alligators will eat any other animal out here, including another alligator. And of course, the size of the alligator has a lot to do with what they eat. A gator this size would never take down a 200-pound hog or a deer or something like that. But it could easily catch a heron, take a fish. They eat the whole animal. They eat the shell of the turtle, they eat the wings and the bones and the feathers on the bird, so there's not much they can't digest. And when you can eat another alligator, that's pretty tough. You eat that hide and everything. So it's not a pet alligator, it just knows the boat and the fact that we feed them. Otherwise, the gators wouldn't come near the boat. If you didn't throw them something. You might see them and they'd go under. So, well, let's ease on. We got a lot more to see. Yeah, we're going down there. Let's see if we can find some gators as we go along. Well, hold on here. bend right here. This is where we're going to stop the boat. There may be 5 or 6 of them come out here. I already see 3 right now. We'll take a moment and stop the boat and see what they do. We'll come over. There's a couple up there in front of us. Once we stop the boat, got to give them some time to swim out and catch up with us. You hear the little frogs croaking back there just a moment ago. There's one. I see him swimming out of the branch right there. It looked like a part of the tree branch, didn't it? Mm-hmm. They're trying to play catch up with us, huh? They'll come out. You feel work that. Climb over. Look at him climb over the log. You see him? Climbing up over. Let's see if he's a jumper. Try to get him to come over. Watch your back. Sometimes they come out of the woods over there. Oh, keep your eye on the hot dog, buddy. Eye on the hot dog. Look at that. You might be eyes there. Oh, he's locking out in the boat. Just don't put your hands too close. I don't want to do that. Oh, he took off because the other one's coming in. I wasn't too sure. Huh? Oh, they're shredding my stick there. Look at that. He's coming back now. Watch your hands. Oh, don't put your hands there. Don't put your hands by the railing because he's coming right up there, okay? Do as I say, not as I do. Obviously, my arm's over the side. I don't want y'all to do what I'm doing. So it's, you got to really be careful. That one's got a scar. Looks like he's been in a fight. See a chunk missing out of his back right there. Yep. Even when that size would be a good fight. They average only about 8 feet. So the big ones you see on TV, those are far and few between. They do have them out here, but to get up to 14 feet or so, you got to live a long time. And you got to go through a lot of alligator seasons, not taking any free chicken. Otherwise, once they get caught, they make thousands of dollars off of a guided hunt on a big alligator. So selling them by the foot doesn't bring you a lot of money. Even though the alligator may be 5 or 6 feet longer than these, that doesn't mean they're going to bring that much money in. But they're found across the state. We've had a season since '72. It was in 4 parishes. 10 years later, it went statewide. And now we have something we've been asking for over 30 years, a lottery, so that the average guy in Louisiana can get an opportunity to try to catch a gator. Most of us don't qualify for alligator season. We don't own or lease 500 acres of land. That's the minimum to go out there and catch them commercially. Even with 500 acres, you only get 2 tags. So you need thousands of acres of land to be like the guys on TV with a couple hundred tags. But with the lottery, you get 3 tags. And that's all you want to do is try it. You just want to go out there and catch 3 gators. Everybody wants a big one, of course. A friend of mine got picked the first year. And they went out scouting. You can scout for them at night. You shine your light and you see their eyes. And you ease up to them and estimate the size of them. He saw a big one. Him and his 2 boys were trying to catch it, but he wouldn't take the bait. They caught a 9-footer and a 6-footer. And just before the season ended, they caught the big one. They were in a 14-foot boat that was 36 inches wide. The gator ended up measuring 11 feet 9 inches. Big male alligator. They almost didn't get it in the boat. They had a really hard time shooting. There's only one place to shoot the gators in the top of the head behind the eyes. And you can kill them instantly that way. And that's what you want to do. You don't want to play around with an alligator that's got a hook. And when you're pulling them toward the boat especially, there comes one around the other side. So obviously the real big ones, you shoot them 2 or 3 times and leave them for a little while, then go back and pull them in your boat. You don't want to pull them in your boat too quick because you don't want them resurrecting themselves, coming back to life. And then you have to give them the boat. You don't want to have to give them the boat. You want to keep your boat. So we'll get this one another one, and then we'll ease on back into Maple Slough. We're going in a real pretty place here in just a moment. Oh, you missed it. Watch your hands, guys. Rather have 5 fingers in a little piece of hot dog, I would imagine. Yeah, there we go. All right, well hang on. We're going to go into what we call a slough. Bayous and sloughs are natural streams that drain the swamp. The sloughs are very small and shallow. The bayous larger and deeper. All this water comes out of the swamp somewhere when the river recedes. They're still here. In addition to mosquitoes, there's gnats, there's deer flies. Unfortunately, we're not going to encounter them. Nobody signed up for the walking part of the tour, so as long as you stay in the boat, mosquitoes shouldn't be a problem. Pretty flower on the right, some swamp living, some white flowers. Gator on the right at 1 o'clock. More than we can feed. I just point them out as we go along. They all kind of look alike though, except for their size. Now, sometimes you see gators with a leg missing or part of their tail, and you tend to recognize the same gator after a while. Or if he's really big in a certain area. There's another one on the right in the grass, looking like a limb. You see him over there? About 2 o'clock off the bow of the road. Once they swim back into the woods, we're not going to see them as well. They have to be out in this open water. And we got plenty of sunshine today. So that helps a lot. Got that alligator hit the side of the boat this morning. Oh, that was just cypress we had. There's the gator, look right here on the long one. He's out of the water by the stone. Look, right there. Oh, he's gone. Too late. It's like being in Disney World. All over. Another one out in front of the boat, right in the middle of the slough. Coming through a little gator. Look out, I'll put the motor in neutral. We don't want to turn them into 2 gators. There we go. See how clear the water's becoming? Get more of that coffee color to it. The bottom of the slough's covered with leaves. There's a slight tint to the water called tannin. The leaves when they turn brown. This is how the river we would hope would look, but the river's too high right now, so another gator inside. The slough will get in. We're going to go to the end and see if we can call up some pigs. It's a big open grassy area. That's the marsh. That's what our coastline looks like. All grasses and shrubs, no trees. The marsh along the coast was built with sediment carried downstream by the Mississippi River. It took thousands of years to create our coastline. Only about 300 years to lose most of it. Man-made problems, of course. Oil and gas industry, big canals. Levees, of course. Levees are a big factor. It's not that natural building process, but the levees are there to keep us dry. And then subsided. The marsh slowly sinks at about a rate of 1 inch per every 2 years. That doesn't sound like much. Look at the gator on the line right here. Here we go. Coast Guard picture. This is like the side of the boat. We don't have any brakes, all right? So keep on it. Oh, he's gone again. Well, he's a little guy. I like to watch the little guys. They're usually the best jumpers of all. Let's see if he'll come over here. Look at all the bottom up there, all that debris down there. That's how shallow it is. Let's see if the little guy will come over here and jump over. Sometimes they can get their hind legs and then some out of the water. Don't be slow. Come on, little guy. You can do it. There we go. See how clear the water is there? You can see the whole alligator underneath the water. We kind of stirred it up there for a moment. Yep, roll back. Come on, turn around, everybody can see you. Smile. There we go. Oh, there you go. We'll give them dessert. Ease on. Yeah. You got to take the place of the others eventually. Once the season opens, they usually don't catch these little guys because the hooks are too big. So they usually go after the larger ones. But you never know what you're going to catch. You can't unhook a gator and throw them back. There you go. Come on. Come on. You got a marshmallow over there. I don't know. Maybe he's not in the sweet. Can't believe that. There you go. There we go. Oh! I thought he had it. He had to stick. Here. Here he is over there. I'm not going to grab it. He can have it now. Look at him swim with that tail down my side. You see that? They use that tail mainly to swim. Let me get him out there where everybody can see him. It's almost lunchtime. Swimming back. It's nice when the water's clear like that. You can see it. No gators swimming around. It's really peaceful back here, isn't it?
It's lovely.
There's over 1 million people 30 minutes away from here. Isn't that amazing? And yet we have this. It's great. People get lost out here every year, mostly hunters on foot, chasing deer or hogs. You know, they get confused. It takes a couple of days to find them. You don't know where to begin. That's often kind of hard. All right. Let's head on back. See what else we can find. Everything we see back here today would be brown in February. All these grasses and plants will die back. There'll be a little bit of green left, but not much. You can see across the marsh in the winter, like looking up across the field on a farm. Right now it's really hard to see out there at all. Got a big stump over here on the mountain. Try to miss it. Sometimes it isn't about to catch it. Any of y'all know how to call wild pigs or anything? No? Nobody from a farm? We don't always see them. Sometimes they're out here wandering around. They're not too wild anymore. I just holler. Woo! In case they're out of range. What you see? Raccoons? Woo! There's a raccoon straight ahead. Look, there's another one straight ahead. Woo! Yeah, watch out for your hands. Oh, there comes a pig. Woo! Woo! Here they come. Here they come. Woo! The whole herd. I tell you what, let me step up on the bow. I can throw better. Oh, excuse me. I can throw better from when I'm 26 feet closer than I am from back there. Pigs are good swimmers. They won't always swim right now in the alligator. Let me step up here in front of y'all and get all the game. Woo!
Oh my goodness! Whoa, look at the ball!
I'm gonna get out here. Woo!
Oh!
Can a raccoon get in?
Is that a pig over there? Take some pictures of the pig.
Oh my god.
I'm gonna put one down each side to both of y'all. Like a vacuum cleaner. Woo! Woo! There's Al. Look at the alligator coming over the mud side. See him?
Oh, look.
Look at that alligator.
Oh my god, he's tiny.
I already had a story.
Okay.
I'm out of storage. As soon as they come, I'm out of storage. It's fine.
That's so cute. Look at it. Woo! They're adorable.
The live stream won't work. My live stream won't work.
Should have brought my other one. My card's full. No, my card. You can delete stuff. I can't. I can.
Raccoons, pigs, and alligators all in one spot. I got carried away, almost ran out of marshmallows. I love it as much as y'all do. I never get tired of seeing it. Pigs are not native to the United States. Swine came over from Europe in the 1500s, and they never went back home, so to speak. They're a nuisance in Louisiana when they run free like this. They compete with the native wildlife for food, and they reproduce very quickly. At 6 months they can breed. Once they become adults, they may have 2 to 3 litters a year. And the litter consists of maybe 6 to 8 piglets. As far as natural enemies, man is at the top of the food chain. And then of course alligators below that, but alligators don't eat that many of them, not enough to control them. They might eat a pig and then they're good for a couple of weeks. You know, they don't have to keep eating them every day. So we're allowed to hunt them at night, trap them, anything to control them, because they root up the vegetation. All these roots we're seeing today, that used to be land. And of course they get in people's yards, farmers, and the biggest threat too is native wildlife. They depend on acorns, the deer, the turkey, things like that. And pigs will eat plant or animal. They'll grab a spotted fawn, they'll eat the eggs from a turkey's nest or duck nest or quail eggs on the ground, things like that. So not a good thing to have. They are edible, they taste good, and we take them, we make sausage out of them. If they're real big, if they're smaller, we might just bake them in the oven or grill them. So they're from domestic stock. They're not a true game animal. But you do need a license to hunt, just a basic hunting license. I guess that's so you don't go out there hunting other things and say, well, I'm not hunting deer, I'm hunting pigs. You know, I don't need a license. So they do require you to have that basic license.
What are these tiny little fish?
Yeah, little minnows eating at the marshmallow there. I sure do. You know, sometimes we holler for 5 minutes and the pigs never show up. You never know what's going to happen. So we got lucky today. They know what the routine is, but sometimes they're too far away, I believe, to make it to the boat in time. You might sit here 30, 40 minutes and they do come, but we just don't have that much time just to sit here, not knowing if they'll be here or not. So, all right, let's get going. If y'all have enough pictures of the pigs, can we get you to sit back over here, man? We got all the adults on this side. The boat's kind of listed on one side, unless y'all want to trade places or something. Oh, we got 12 adults on this side, only 9 on this side. So, let's see how we can do. Y'all okay with that? So, unless your dad wants to trade places, y'all good?
Yeah, we're good.
Okay, y'all got enough room on this side? I know it's a late task, but we only have 9 on this side, 12 on the other side. All right, hold on. We'll try to back this up. You want to put your arm in the boat for just a moment. We're going to get right up by this tree. And, I know you can't see what's behind you, so be careful in just a minute until we get this thing turning around and we know what's coming up. Try to keep up with it. And those we got the marshmallow. 2 raccoons. Look at that. Oh, let's see. Siblings. you can sit with your son. We just need to put you on this side.
Oh, we're good.
You would?
Yeah.
Sure? Okay.
You're good.
We just have 3 kids on this side.
Yeah. Unless you want me to move.
I'll be fine if you want to do that. That'll be good. If I want to just switch over real quick, sure.
Jordan, you come over.
Come to the other side. That'll be great. There we go. Thank you. Now you can sit with him. Y'all will be good, and that'll work out. Yeah, there we go. That's good. We got that little girl on this side and everything.
Yeah.
I'll be adults on the other side. Thank you. I can sit with your dad now. Good.
I'll put my hand somewhere.
That meter is kind of the brake light. Where y'all from?
Detroit.
Oh, okay. Good. Where they make the cars, huh?
Yeah.
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 Never been up that way. I guess
You ain't missing much.
Really?
Yeah.
You're near the Great Lakes? I'm sure you've seen the Great Lakes and all
Yeah,
that.
we were right by one.
Wow. We're going west a lot, out west. You know, I like the national parks and stuff. I've been to Utah, Arizona, places like that. In Washington State. I always wanted to go to the Midwest and then go to the East too. I've been to the Florida Keys, but never up on the Northeast.
Oh yeah, we always head south. This is about the 20th time we've been down here.
Really?
Yeah.
To Louisiana? Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Y'all got family down here or you just enjoy it?
Let's enjoy it.
Well, that's great. Oh, there he is. He's back up there, but he's stayed
missed
long,
him.
didn't he? That's when we saw coming in. Jumped off.
Huh?
Y'all have a mild winter this year up there?
It didn't even snow once.
Wow. You normally get a lot of snow, I guess, huh?
Usually about 100 inches.
Wow, 100.
Yeah.
We get, on average, about 60 inches of rainfall.
Mm.
Yeah, we don't drive too well on a good day down here. It snows here occasionally, just enough to turn the grass white, you know.
Yeah.
Everybody's looking at the snow when they're driving, and it causes a lot of wrecks.
Yeah.
Always want something like Christmas, you know, snow at Christmas. You know, it doesn't happen.
We get most of ours after January and February.
Really?
That's when we get all the, yeah.
Wow, I didn't know that. I see on the news, you got to shovel it. You got to move it like it's dirt, and then you got to stockpile it somewhere.
Yeah.
You can't dump it in the river or lake, they said. Then it shows machines that melt it, right, run off. I don't understand what the difference between dumping it and melting it.
Some of the places up there have heaters underneath the roads, so the road heats up the snow as it hits.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
I know they spray salt, scatter salt. I've seen the salt trucks.
Yeah.
They're going to be rough on your car and stuff.
It is.
Look, there's the beauty right here.
Steam on the left.
There's a dead one over there without a head.
Oh yeah.
What we're going to do now is head back to where we started from and go to Gun Bayou. You know, we have a woman with us. We're going to do another one.
Yeah. We'll get a picture of it. We'll go eat some of the pictures.
Yeah, they see the boat coming in. Looking for that free food. Look at the one over here on the right. He gets his head sticking out through the bushes. He's got his head resting on the log like it's a pillow. See the gator now? Can you pick him out? See his head at the end of the log, right where the vegetation stops, where he's slipping off now. There he goes. He's looking at us now, he's coming over the side. Can he throw him a marshmallow? Yeah. You want to throw him one? Just toss it out there. There you go. Yeah, don't try to hand feed him. You got to be careful. You never know what people might do. They mean well. There you go. Yeah, he's looking at you now. We're going to keep going. those flowers, but more like a little ball. They're rooted to the bottom. And of course they produce the lily pads that float on the surface. And it's very shallow. Look, there's a little turtle by himself on the log. And there's another one in the stump in the middle of the lily pads. Well, we're going to turn the air conditioner back on. Is that okay with y'all? I hope so. We're going to be out here heading north. As soon as we see what's coming, sometimes we in the boat. He's out here slow.
Not a big one. No.
I don't know what they caught up here.
Yeah, no, it's not that big. They catch like walleye and stuff like that. But
that's freshwater?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's no crab or nothing like that?
No.
Any part of it freeze over?
All of it.
Really? I didn't know the Great Lakes.
Yeah. Well, they say it gets about 80%.
Wow. So they do the ice fishing like that. I got a friend of mine who married a girl from Minnesota, in Warren, Minnesota, way up there in the northern part. Her daddy's a wheat farmer. So in the winter, they just come play cards and visit and cook and eat. And they go ice fishing.
Yeah.
And he's gone up there and showed me pictures of them drilling a hole through the ice and fishing. And then when deer season opens, they hunt from stands and they put out sugar beets and stuff. And they say the little town just kind of shuts down because they only have about 5 or 6 days, maybe 8 days of deer season. So everybody deer hunts if they can.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the common egret. But the deer are so big up there because it's so cold, he said. They're young, but you think about the deer.
That's how it is in Michigan. It's a huge deer season.
Yeah, this is the common egret, the largest of the egrets in Louisiana. A deer in the swamp, a big deer here would be maybe 180, 200 pounds at best. North Louisiana is a lot of farming up there, so they have soybeans. And, they get deer up there sometimes 300 pounds, but that's kind of rare. It's not unheard of. We have a lot of deer. We have the either sex season, the primitive, you know. Well, it used to be black powder guns. Now they let you use a single shot rifle. They consider that primitive. Bow and arrow.
Yeah.
And then we do a lot of duck hunting. I don't know if y'all do a lot of duck hunting.
Yeah, we duck. Bear.
Bear.
Yeah.
Our black bear season closed around 1982.
Oh, okay.
We're talking about reopening it because they're starting to show up people's yards and stuff. And
Yeah.
Louisiana's so populated now. These are crab traps over here on the right. The blue crab industry is real big in Louisiana. They have to run about 4 miles down the river to get into the brackish water, saltwater areas. But it gives the blue crabs throughout the marsh, coastal areas. A lot of the big crabs go up to the northeast, the big male crabs, the top dollar up around Maryland and stuff. Crab pretty much year round. Crawfish season is pretty much set by Mother Nature. In the springtime, but about 80% of the crawfish we eat come from the farms. The farm raising crawfish. South Coast Louisiana. After they harvest the rice in the rice fields, the crawfish are seeded and some are there naturally. And the rice fields are surrounded by a road. And they can flood the fields to control the water, and the crawfish really won't leave. They'll stay in those grassy areas. Crawfish is a multi-million-dollar business, harvesting the crawfish. Who would have thought that, 50 years ago, people used it for bait? Most people wouldn't use it, but today, it's not uncommon to have crawfish boils for fundraising. Here in Slidell, they have a big cook-off to help a charity. They boil 50,000 pounds in 3 days. Big cook-off. You pay like $30 to go in, get to eat all the crawfish you can possibly eat. They have bands, all kinds of stuff to do. I usually fast for 2 or 3 days before I... This little boat on the right is the only boat you need for the swamp. I have 2 of them. It's called a P-Road. And today they're made out of fiberglass. If you flip that boat over, there's a couple of molded seats inside. And you would sit down cross-legged and paddle it like you would a kayak or canoe. You don't have a lot of freeboard. Now where the pigs were, you could take this boat, go out across the marsh. You would stand up and use a push pole, a long pole with a forked end, and push your way across the grass and mud. When you get to the bank like you see here, you get out and drag it through the woods till you get to 3 or 4 inches of water, then you can float it. So when we're hunting, we got a deer or a wild pig that weighs 200 pounds. Instead of dragging it, we throw it at our boat and try to float it out. Years ago, they were made out of a cypress log. They were more like a dugout. But that's the target paddle, the fiberglass is the preferred material today. A good one costs you about $500. Up like that, got a nice dock and everything. Other people, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. So when they come here to fish or hunt, they might live 100 miles away. They don't worry too much about it. The reason the camps are leaning is erosion. That constant flow of the water cutting away the bank. The camps were not built out over the water. They were built back from the river, but the river's high now, so it's flooded up under the camp. I'm going to turn on the replay.
Sticking that set up, see him? So then.
start back to school?
September 5th.
Oh, that's great. We've been back for 2 weeks already here. Of course, we get a week off from Mardi Gras, so they got to make it up somewhere.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, when I was a kid, we used to not go back to after Labor Day, you know? My wife worked in
Look at the soft shell turtle. Look over here on the right, a soft shell turtle. It's like a piece of wet leather. The whole shell is soft. You see them on top of the branch right there? They got a real free mouth, like a bird almost. You can see if I can back it up a little way. You may stay. You don't see them that often. That's why I'm kind of excited to see it. It doesn't have any protection from predators. You know, most turtles can draw their legs and head inside their shell and close up. Soft shell turtle can't do that. He's soft. A predator can eat the whole turtle because he has no real hard shell. Try to get a little close. I want you to see his mouth. Point it. I don't think you can bite you like most turtles will take a chunk out of you. Now these soft shell turtles, the biggest one I've ever seen is about maybe 14 inches in diameter. I'm not sure if they get much larger than that. At least not on the pearl. I've never seen one bigger. But when he hits the water, he's so well camouflaged. He's the same color as the mouth. See him? His belly's white underneath that. He's gone now. He slipped off the line. There he is. He's back up. See his head? Look at him. He's diving. He went down. He took a little peek. And we're still here and he took off. How about that? You can bend the shell. Like this. how close you can get before it slips out. Sometimes they don't even move. Let's see what we can do.
Can you zoom in?
There you go.
how small he looks in the water, huh? Doesn't look like much of nothing. Oh, he's down. Up on the pier. The whistling tree ducks, they have an orange bill and pink legs. You may not be able to appreciate that from here at the moment. They just fly. In that shade. Hear them whistling? I'm talking to you. It's amazing. They come from South America after the hunt season here. They don't come here in the winter. In the spring, summer, and then they leave. They hear about, I don't know, the thousands. They're taking over the Audubon Zoo. They're very people-friendly ducks. Most ducks would fly away. You know? This is really a beautiful duck. I was hoping they'd step out in the sunlight where you could appreciate the colors. That big white patch on the wing. They use our wood duck boxes though. That's the trouble. They displace our native ducks. Normally the only ducks we would see here maybe is a couple of wood ducks once in a while. Most ducks migrate back to the north.
bad enough today we could walk around out through there. It still comes damp because it's been underwater for weeks, but it's sandy on the surface, and on the north end of the wildlife area, you can drive a pickup truck out through the woods in the summer. But the left side over here, this is flooded all the time, and because it's flooded, there's only two kinds of trees. Once again, the tupelo, the gray-colored tree with the big leaf, and then our state tree, the bald cypress. If you don't have a lot of money or a lot of carpentry skills, people build what we call a houseboat. These are houseboats, and they even have electricity. Don't ask me how they got that, because that's not exactly up to code, running electrical wires over water with ropes tied to trees, you know? That's not very safe. The one in the middle is named Noah's Ark. It's the oldest houseboat that I know of anywhere on the Pearl. It was built back in 1952. What's that, 64 years. Floating on the Pearl. You know how many times that thing is been rocked by a boat going by? Today it's floating on blocks of styrofoam. It's been through all the major floods and hurricanes in the last 64 years. That's amazing. Fortunately, a tree's never fell on it, because if a tree ever falls, it's gone. And there's electricity but no air conditioning. I asked those guys, man, don't y'all want a little AC unit? You know, it's so hot and humid here in Louisiana. They open the doors, they put a fan in the door, let the breeze blow through. They said, no, we grew up without air conditioning. We don't need that. Okay. But come football season, they got a big flat screen mounted on the wall, like a 42-inch flat screen. They're big New Orleans Saints fans, you know. So we come by, you can see the TV against the wall, the doors are open, they're out there drinking beer and barbecuing. You gotta be really careful, because that's not a very big front porch. One wrong step and you disappear. You get a storm. It blossoms from a little green button-sized object you see here on the bush. It's in a pretty white flower. Look how the flower has a spine sticking out, tipped with pollen. It's perfectly round, isn't it? Perfect little flower. No fragrance out there. You think those flowers have some type of sweet fragrance? It just doesn't. Isn't that neat? Wait, they're round like that. Just see another flower like that. That's just here in England. Above my head right now when I'm standing up driving the boat. That's how much higher it is than normal. Isn't that something? And it's slowly going down. This is where you take that little boat I showed you earlier, the P line. I said I paddle. Get back over the trees, crawfishing. I got some catfish lines in here called limb line. You may have saw those poles along the riverbank with ribbons and a line. Those are for catfish. I'll tie mine to a limb. I don't tie it on a pole. I'll show you one or two. But I'll paddle back to here about a quarter of a mile. I got 30 of them in a straight line, as straight as you can go, of course. You know, but a good day I might catch 10 catfish. Channel cat, flathead, bluejack is what we catch in the river in the swamp. It's a tasty fish. A lot of people like to catch them on rod and reels because they put up a good fight. And all you have to do is sit there and wait for them to nibble. Bass fishing has always been an artificial bait. It's a lot of work. You're constantly casting for hours throughout the day, you know, hoping to catch a bass. But you know, that's fun too when you do hook a large round bass. People have little electric trolling motors on the bow of their boat, so they ease along like we're doing and they cast at the base of the street in hopes of catching a bass. So you work it back and forth. All kind of artificial baits. Nobody uses live bait for bass anymore. They could, things like that. I want to run the boat out into the woods right here. I got a limb line. I'll show you. I don't know if there's anything on it right now, but we'll check it and see. I've been running my lines, catching a few fish. This is normally not the time of the year you catch them in the woods, but this is the only time I've ever seen it this high in the summertime, so I figured I'd give it a shot. You see how open it is back there. Just imagine yourself paddling through the swamp in a canoe or a pirogue, kayak or something. It's really peaceful. Oh, look! I got a fish. Let me stop the boat. I'll see what we got. See that branch moving? That's when you know you got it. Get up a little closer. Y'all okay with that? Is that branch fixing to hit y'all? Are y'all safe? Because the water went down. Let me ease over here. Now look, when I pull it up, normally you have a scoop net. You scoop under, and I'll watch your phones, and it's going to get kind of wet here, okay? When they're going to flop. The fish, let's have to pull it up really quick out of the water. We don't want them to flop in the boat because they got fins. Catfish will pin you, and you'll swell up. I'll grab the sinker over there. Try to heave it up real quick. Oh, there we go.
Whoa!
Whoa!
Oh my God, that is.
Oh, he's feisty too, huh? Whoa, he may come on. Sorry about that. Don't have my landing net. I put him in. But this is called a flathead. The good thing about the flathead, that belly meat is really thick on there. You know, it's a good eating fish. Some people think it's the best. I don't know if it's the best, but you see how it's got the flat sloping head? Look at the mouth on that thing, huh? We use live perch for bait. And if you ever get to see a really big one, like 40 to 50 pounds, their head is disproportionate to the rest of their body. It may look like a milk jug, you know. And you see, even this one's got a wide head. See how flat it is and wide? Most catfish have a smaller mouth. But this is the flat head. We call it tabby cat. I don't know why. Somebody came up with that.
Willow cats at home.
Willow cat?
Yeah, we call them.
And then we have the channel cat and the blue cat that we have here. So, y'all got a picture? You got enough? I'll put him back down. Here, listen to him, he's croaking, talking to us. I'll just drop him in the water so you stay alive for later. Oh. Boy, I'd love to catch him on a ride reel. That's really a big fight.
That one.
That's a limb line tied to the limb. And see, when you're paddling out through there, you see the bush moving and you say, all right, I got one. But you never know what size it is. So that's why it's always like Christmas, you know, you pull up the line. You might have one 12 inches long, you might have a big one, 10 or 12 pounds. You never know. Y'all okay? I got some paper towels. Y'all need to dry off? Okay. I got to dry off my glasses. It's like I don't have any windshield wipers on them. So. Yeah. Yeah, it's real foraging fish. You can take them commercially. People do, they try to make a living catching them. It's really a hard living. You got to do a little bit of everything. Catfish sometimes, crawfish, crab, you know. A commercial fisherman in Louisiana really has to work to survive. But they like doing it. You know, they're their own boss, got their own money. So. Back a little bit farther. It's a pretty area. It's done by. It's hard to believe in February that most of the leaves are gone off the tree. Almost 90% in here. It changes that much.
to have a wingspan of over 5 feet. They don't look too big now because the crowd's down. We got an opening right here behind. He's standing on a log or something out there. The water's about 4 feet deep. He's on something. Scratching his ear. These are the cones of the cypress tree. We call them cypress balls because they're little green looking balls more than they look like a pine cone, because it's a conifer like the pines. But unlike the pines, the needles all turn brown. See that broken branch, how they're reddish brown? This whole tree will be brown from top to bottom in the fall. Everything else around here will still be green. Then the needles all fall off until spring. That's very unusual. Conifers are evergreens, of course, and the cypress is not. All right, we got to see more birds. These are birds, but that's well over 100 years old easy. And you see the knees, the roots once again. Look at the one on the right, it's probably 5 feet high above the water. And keep in mind, of course, as I've been saying the whole trip, the water's higher than normal. So some of these roots are normally 6, almost 7 feet above the water at times during the summer. You have two kinds of mosses back here too. At the base of the tree we have what we call a moss, a true moss, like you may have where you live. They grow around wood and damp rocks and things like that. Then we have the air plant, the Spanish moss, hanging from the tree, the gray colored plant. That's not a true moss. That lives off of dust particles and moisture in the air. It resembles a moss, but it's a woody plant, and the Spanish moss flowers in June. It makes a bright green flower. It only has 3 petals, but most people have never seen it because the flower is no bigger than the eraser on a pencil. So unless you're really looking for it, you wouldn't notice it. But the Spanish moss is not a parasite. It's a true air plant. It needs some place to hang where moisture and dust particles can pass through it. It can be a fence. It can be wires running through the swamp. Any place where it's not on the ground. So a lot of it filters down. It's a sign of air quality. People oftentimes ask, why is there so much Spanish moss out here in the swamp when it's growing in town? Yes, it can. But in town you have a lot of excuse me, things like that, a lot of air pollution. So you may not have enough trees in town for it to filter from one tree to the next. Unlike out here, you got so many trees so close together. Also in the trees, you'll notice a grayish green scaly growth. That's not the bark. Those are lichens growing off the tree. The lichen is a composite between the algae and a fungi. And those form together and grow like that together. So you'll see the lichens on all the, even on the cypress, that grayish green looking growth, that's not the tree bark. How dark the water is in here. I don't know if I got an empty water bottle. Let me see. I can tell you what, I want to show you the water is not as dark as what you think it is. Would you believe that? Okay, here's what I'm drinking right here. Of course, I'll go ahead and take one more swallow. I want to pour this out. And I'll show you just how clear the water really is. Let me know if you see some ripples in the water while I'm doing this, okay? The alligators come. I really don't like to do this too often when there's alligators. We haven't fed anything back here at the moment. I've always got this fear in my mind that I'm going to reach down and that's the last thing I'm going to see. Look how clear the water is. See there? Look at that. Yet it looks brown, doesn't it? The bottom of the bayou is brown with leaves and debris and stuff like that. So it's pretty clear. Now it does have a little bit of a tint to it. You know, it's from the brown leaves and all, the tannin. But it's not nearly. Now the river, you can't do this in the river. It's muddy out there, as we saw going by. But if you hold it up to the sun, you can see just how clear it is. All the trees and plants in the swamp, they're like a big filter. They filter the water, pollutants washed in. So
as the water recedes, a lot of those heavy metals are kept in the swamp out there. Excuse me. That's the big
That's
one.
a big one.
That's the big, that's the union. We don't have to go up in a great one. About 12 feet, the big game. Doesn't look like it. Try to get them over by the boat. How about the marshmallows? He's got a 3 feet. Let's see if he'll come on in here. Yeah, I got a few. Better not go too crazy with it. Here he comes. This is a big gator. We're gonna be extra careful. He's in the hundreds of pounds. I don't know how many hundreds, but he's way up there for sure. Remember, the distance from their nose to their eyes, inches equals feet. So you're going to see 12, 13 inches here. I'm not saying that's exact, but it's a rule of thumb. You know, see what we can do.
see if he'll come on in there. Oh, he's going back. He'd rather have something in the boat, man. He's looking at that one. He's not quite sure what he wants to do. Huh? He's a little skeptical for some reason. Let's see if I can step over here and find him and get him to raise his head up. He's not real good at jumping because he's so big. We'll try to get him to raise his head up. Let you see how big his body is. He's a big one, let me tell you. Yeah, look at the head on that. Oh, I lost the marshmallow dog. Maybe he'll go for the hot dog. Watch when his body comes up, his tail. His tail's way back there behind the boat. Let's see if he'll come back around one more time. Oh, he's a monster gator, huh? Look at the head. If you could just see the whole body on that thing, it's amazing. See if he'll come back one more time. Come on, Junior. Come on, Ray's gonna eat that hot marshmallow I dropped there. Let's see when you swing him out. See his tail coming up back there? Watch it. Then we get one good jump out of it. Oh, where are you going? Hey, buddy, come back. Oh, my hot dog stayed, but the marshmallow fell off. Watch this. See if you'll look at the head on that guy. Whoa! Look at the head, huh? He hit the side of the boat. He's just, he's solid. He's rock solid.
How long do they live for you?
50 or 60 years in captivity. In the wild, not quite so long because they get harvested. But we have some big ones in the wild like this. See if they'll come back around. We're getting out here into the current. Let's see if they'll come on back. Make him another double combo. Here, look at, see where his tail came up? I tell you, he's 11 or 12 feet if he's in it. Let's see if he'll jump at one time, raise that body up. Come on, Junior, show him how big you are. Look, whoa, you saw that? See how big he is? I never get tired of seeing him. He's just so massive. But you can't appreciate that when they're down in the water. So they bring their body out.
Jordan,
If he was on a hook
turn your head the other way.
Season,
Turn the other way.
Come back around.
Yeah.
Come on, Junior.
He's huge.
Oh, yeah, he's a big one. See if he'll come on and lift you up. Keep bringing him in. Yeah, you see him coming at you, you get out of the water when you're swimming, that's for sure.
How fast can they go?
About 20 miles an hour in a burst. Look at that. He's going to eat the bottle. Don't eat the bottle, Junior. Come on, come on. Oh, he knocked the marshmallow clean off. He flipped it off. He's all in.
Oh, Jesus.
These girls want to see you up close. Look at that. Ooh.
Oh, my God.
Isn't that tough?
He's huge.
I'll give him one more and then we'll ease on. Let's see if I can double up with some of these hot dogs, get him to come back around.
Yeah.
Let's see if he'll come back. Come on. Hurry up, we're in the current now. We're going to get swept away.
Come on.
You got to hurry up. Come on. I think I got another marshmallow left in there. Kind of entice him to come on this way. Oh, the marshmallow's going to go past the boat. He's coming in. He'd rather have the hot dog, the combo meal. There we go. Come on. That's good. Let's see if he'll jump up for that. It's a combo. You got to go. Yeah, those big ones, they have a hard time bringing themselves out the water, but thank goodness. We don't want him coming up on the side of the boat either way, do we? I don't think so.
Bye, Junior.
Yeah. He's going to go after the other marshmallow. Where's he going?
Why is he so
He's
big?
going back into the bayou. See out here in the current, it's swift. They got to keep swimming. He'll go back up in there and just float, lay up.
How long do they keep growing for?
Oh, they can
Big
grow
as
for
you.
20 years or so. You know, they continue to grow, and then they'll slow down as they get older. The first few years, they grow to the rate of about a foot per year till they reach around 6 feet, and they start to slow down. And then, of course, he just bulks up. It's not, you know, if you got one 12 feet or one 14 feet, the biggest one is the one that's the heaviest. You know, it doesn't matter if his tail's 2 feet longer than the other one. It's how much body mass they can produce like that. And they've had a couple harvested in Louisiana and Mississippi the last 3 or 4 years that have exceeded 700 pounds. Tremendous. They pick them up with an excavator, you know, a mechanical trench digger, and they're only about 15 feet long, but they're just tremendous. Yeah. There you go. he's still over there. I'm glad y'all got to see all this stuff. Some days there's nothing out here, believe it or not. But today was like a zoo. We got to see everything that we see. We'll get into the next one. Take care. Enjoy talking to you.
Yeah,
Take
you
care.
too. There you go.
Oh, well, thank you very much. I appreciate it.
Yep.
Thank you.
Yep.
Thanks for coming out. Goodbye.
Here, hold on. My pants are falling off because I got too much crap in here. Shoot.
Oh, that one's yours.
How is it so big?
That's how big they get, bud.
You want to get as big as Jordan?
That thing is bigger than me.
I know. Can I get bigger than that tree?
No.
Can I get bigger than my boat?
They said you get 700, 800 pounds.
They weigh more than these boats.
You guys want some waters? Water?
I was so mad that my cart.
We'll clear it when we get back to the house.
At the beginning, I was bored, so I was playing on the phone a lot. I had nothing to do. And then, that one,
Thanks, buddy.
It's hot out there. Your GoPro's still on.
I know. Want some swamp honey?
You can. I don't want it. Hold that one over the bathroom.
Hold on.
For $1.
Is that all you guys want? Alright, give it to him.
Can I get a pen? Or something?
That'll just be $2.
Alright, you got any waters?
I got water.
Yeah.
Yes. I have all these drinks on top of it. I can help
Give me 3 waters.
you. 3 waters, you got it. He's $6.50.
We'll pick something out later. Thank you, buddy.
Thank you very much.
It broke.
Hmm?
It broke. Like right when we were getting on the boat.
What did?
This thing.
Oh.
We adjusted.
Hold on.
No.
You get to hold that. Put it in your pocket.
That was hysterical. With the that was like, God.
We're 10 minutes from the room. From the back of the room. Can you hold us that one?
Yeah.
Okay. Go ahead. Go.
You were like touching.
Here. Water. Water. Water.
Holy crap.
Don't shoot a slingshot. Jordan.
She's from like right by the Netherlands. That's what she's from.
Too much stuff. No.
Hmm?
Too much stuff around here. No.
Holy crap, it is hot.
Jordan, let's go.
Most of the people. It's so hot in here.
Oh. I got a couple more rocks. That's a good thing.
Serious. Turn the air on full blast.
It is on full blast.
Oh yeah, I got the big ones.
What are you doing, Cam? Get in.
She has connected your phone and is reminding you that 911 assist is set to off.
Put that all the way in the back.